The year, the early 2000s. The place, the internet. A freshly paved information superhighway with YouTube and social media still waiting in the wings, where URLs are like magic words capable of unlocking a wide variety of virtual speakeasies. It was the Wild West, and not just because duels were commonplace. The early 2000s was the golden age of the destination website, and right in the middle of it all was a chipper little guy with no arms named Homestar Runner.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Homestar10.net.
It's .com.
Oh, right. Homestar10.net. It's .com.
HomestarRunner.com was the brain baby of brothers Matt and Mike Chapman. Launched with the humble goal of teaching themselves Flash animation, they quickly brought their children's book character, the Homestar Runner, to life through a network of interlinked comedy shorts, Flash games, and a constellation of characters and in-jokes that eventually became well known enough to earn them an interview on NPR's All Things Considered.
Originally, we sort of wanted to create the feel of Saturday mornings in the 70s and 80s when we grew up waking up early with a bowl of cereal sitting in front of the TV watching cartoons, which I don't feel like really exists anymore.
Homestar is still alive and well. You can even stay in touch with Strongbad on Twitter, but its golden era was from around 2002 to 2005. During that time, the brothers Chaps and their small team of collaborators worked in between day jobs to launch the site and expand their world's storylines. And expand they did. Homestar Runner became a hotbed of viral sensations, back when we said viral instead of meme. Strong Bad and the Cheat, Teen Girl Squad, Trogdor the Burninator, and a wide array of subversive holiday specials kept the community engaged and coming back for more. Here's Mike talking to Gizmodo about just how quickly they expanded. A lot of the world-building stuff happened quickly, like the old-timey 1936 version of the characters happened within the first 3 or 4 months. We had made like 1 or 2 cartoons and we were like, we should do old-timey versions. And soon after that we were like, we should make anime versions. The world started building from the get-go. From week to week, the site showed constant growth on the writing, animation, design, and business levels. It was a unique kind of rush to watch artists improve and react in almost real time. At its peak, the site received millions of hits a month. Strongbad had thousands of emails a week to respond to, while the brothers Chaps moved mountains of merch, all while maintaining full creative control over their invention. With no sponsors, without product placement, and lacking any kind of influencer roadmap or platform as we use the term today, HomestarRunner.com helped pioneer the now grand tradition of creators embedding themselves into the internet's zeitgeist and growing exponentially from non-existence into something that it feels like the internet just couldn't exist without. These days, if you want to find Ninja's stuff, go to Twitch. For PewDiePie, see YouTube. Drill is on Twitter. But to hang with Homestar and the gang, you went directly to the source. And that felt unbelievably cool.
With Marzipan's Radish, we're gonna win the competition, and then maybe get famous a little.
Pre-algorithm, word of mouth alone fueled a golden age of webcomics like Penny Arcade and XKCD. Strange mimetic pocket universes like YourTheManNowDog.com, Chuck Norris Facts, and the Abe Vigoda Alive or Dead tracker popped up out of nowhere. Even prestige TV shows like The Sopranos presented destination websites with unique URLs as the unquestioned norm. And if you knew where to look, you could find yourself in the colorful, handcrafted world of Flash sites like Homestars. Animated, usually weird, with lots of stuff to click on and plenty of mouse-over Easter eggs. To be honest, a lot of them felt like bad improv comedy, or a creator's way of engaging with new tech. But Homestar Runner was a fully realized cartoon universe that made use not only of Flash animation, but also ingenious web design that poked fun at the structure of the internet itself. It felt special, like stumbling through a magic mirror into a secret bonus level. That's because YouTube didn't serve it up to you as soon as you turned your computer on. You typed that shit in. manually. And if you were anything like us circa 2002, every Sunday you typed in homestarrunner.com. Strong Bad emails were some of the internet's first appointment viewing, when there was no such thing as a live stream premiere countdown pre-roll timer. But destination websites are more than just a vintage affectation. What the Homestar team accomplished was the launch of a full-on business, which is very different than starting a successful YouTube channel. In the same way the internet went from unique, and often uniquely obnoxious, MySpace pages with custom graphics, autoplay audio, and animated backgrounds, to the much more stately Facebook profile you generate by filling out a form, Homestar Runner and its peers represent an era of unprecedented control by internet content creators themselves. The great consolidation into a few major platforms simply hadn't happened yet. That made for a wider variety of unique experiences that would be much less likely to reach your eyeballs in 2021, thanks to a kind of aggregating that tends to occur in every creative medium that sticks around long enough.
Everyone is different. No two people are not on fire. Aww.
But perhaps the brothers Chaps understood the destination site approach is what made Homestar special.
We definitely intentionally once, at the time it would have been Friendster or MySpace, but it's sort of precursors to Facebook. Like once any sort of inklings of social media started, we kind of were like, we were being very old men about it. And it's like, now let's just keep heads down and keep doing what we're doing. Like Strongman doesn't need a Friendster page or a MySpace page. People that have kind of embraced those things, they've just sort of grown with it. And then again, like with having your own YouTube channel or your own Vimeo or any of the other sort of video streaming options that you have, other people that do this kind of content, I feel like embraced that stuff sooner than Mike and I did, because we were trying to be punk rock about it. We're like, no, let's do it the old way.
Think of some of the earliest filmmakers tinkering with a new invention, the motion picture camera, in homemade studios around the world, swiveling on rooftops to follow the sun. Even the million billion weird podcasts out there seem to be divvying themselves up into big teams led by more traditional celebrity figureheads. Hi, Conan. The point is, a new medium will almost always enjoy a little explosion of total, unfettered, and fun to be around for creativity right at the onset. That is, before the formula that works is discovered and refined. Before big corporations take ownership of the vertical and make global design choices that provide the same content in a more convenient, widely accessible form. And it is convenient, but it also loses something. Refusing to squeeze their content through that narrow window is what makes Homestar and others so special.
I can't promise you it'll be easy, rewarding, or even any fun, really. But you guys will do it because you're my friend.
Obviously, Homestar Runner is about much more than just the video shorts, but as a comparison point to trace the change we're talking about, shortly after YouTube went into beta in May 2005, it was attracting some 30,000 visitors per day. By the time the site was officially launched on December 15, 2005, it was serving more than 2 million video views a day. By January 2006, that number had increased to more than 25 million. And around the same time, the other big players that now define the internet landscape started to make moves: Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Smaller destination websites devoted to a single joke, series, or concept had to retreat. And nowadays, a great new show is more likely to manifest as a YouTube playlist, while a great joke will find a home as a one-off post to Instagram or TikTok instead of a whole-ass website. It's certainly more efficient, but as is usually the case with efficiency, there's an argument to be made for what got lost in the transition.
I feel like you could find a new, like a version of that. The idea is that it's like rewarding the repeat viewer, the super fan that knows all these tiny references. And there's probably ways to do that within other constraints. And I feel like there is kind of it's sort of that thing like, well, if you were there during that time and you were on the web and you got to experience this Flash Player thing, then you could click on these hidden things and maybe that's going to go away. And so it kind of becomes this like badge of honor that like, I got to click on the stuff on Homestar cartoons back in the early 2000s and now you just have to watch it.
Another case in point. This video will likely get viewed at least 10 times more often on IGN's YouTube channel than at IGN.com. People just don't type the URLs of a site into their computer to find videos anymore. And we totally get that. YouTube is easier. But, like someone who still collects DVD box sets or vinyl records, we also have a soft spot for the real ones, like Homestar, who extended their creativity as far as it could go, to alt text, to site functionality, to the platform itself. Homestar Runner wasn't just the Brothers Chaps channel, it was the Brothers Chaps theater. They owned the building, and it showed. The packaging mattered.
We struck it rich this time. Now we can retire to Naboo!
Of course, none of this is to say all creativity stopped when YouTube came onto the scene. Mike and Matt Chapman have gone on to undeniably successful careers in animation, working on the likes of Aquabats, Yo Gabba Gabba, Wander Over Yonder, and others. They've even got a deal producing shorts for Disney.
Double-and-double-and-doobly-doo!
Nevertheless, Homestar & Co. will always hold a special place in our hearts, and it's a safe bet, in the hearts of the Brothers Chaps. When we reminisce about the early 2000s field day had by destination sites, the humor naturally comes to mind first. Arrowed is inarguably and objectively hilarious. But more than that, Homestar Runner will also forever stand as a prime example of the kind of organic growth that can happen when artists are put in direct control of every aspect of their art form, especially during the window of creativity each medium enjoys before it gets wrangled into a standard shape. We may never see another window like that again. At least until they invent the thing that comes after the internet in 2056. Then, all bets are off. Hint, it's called the Mega Web and it plugs directly into your pupil. Enjoy! For more 25th anniversary goodness, check out our videos celebrating Gargoyles, Lost, The Phantom Menace, and more. You can catch them all, plus the latest news in gaming, tech, and entertainment over at http://worldwideweb.ign.com. Who are we kidding? See you on YouTube.